Guys, I've got a treat for you today. This is one of the best things I've done in Thailand, hands down. Phraya Nakhon Cave, just 4 hours south of Bangkok, 1 hour south of Hua Hin Centre. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect today. I wanted to do it most of this year, but for one reason or another, I've had to miss out. 9 days ago, I had it booked, but the weather was that bad that we had to cancel it on the day. Today, we got to do it. We got to go to the cave and it exceeded my expectations. One of the best days out I've had in Thailand, one of the best views and genuinely incredible. Strap in, this is a good one. Let's get stuck in. Four hours south of Bangkok and 1 hour south of Hua Hin is Khao National Park and Phraya Nakhon Cave. It's one of the most iconic caves in Thailand because at certain times of day, which hopefully we will get lucky and see the light coming through, there is a hole in the roof of the cave and there is a pavilion down in the cave and the light comes through and shines off it. It's meant to happen, I believe, somewhere in between 10 and 11 a.m. Sawadika, sabadi mai?
How many persons?
2 people, please.
2 people, 400 baht. You want to take a boat or walking?
No, thank you. How much is the boat?
If you take a boat, per boat, 400 baht round.
400 baht round trip?
Yeah.
For one person?
For 2.
For 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay, no, thank you. And how long is the walk?
From here, about 1.5 hours for one way.
One way? Okay.
Yes.
Khop khun kap. Thank you. So it is 9:44 as we speak, and supposedly this walk to get to the cave from the car park and from the beach is an hour and a half, which would mean that we will get there about 11:15. From what I've read online, the sun beams through and hits the pavilion, which is when really you want to get there and when you want to see it. In between somewhere around like 10:30, 11, depending on where you read. Well, that's the view, by the way. That's the beach here. How beautiful. So if it does take an hour and a half, we're going to get there at 11:15. But if anything serves me right of experiencing these things in the past, it usually doesn't take as long as what they say. Usually it takes a little bit less, and the hour and a half time that has been recommended is usually on the upper end of what you can actually expect these things to take. But you can tell by my voice that it's a little bit steep to start with. There is an option to catch a boat round. That will save you some time. You still have to do some of the hike. I'm not sure how long. I'll find out shortly. But that costs 400 baht for 2 people to get the boat round to the halfway mark, I guess. I want to give a little context at this point because, yeah, I'm breathing heavy, but hear me out. I had trained quite hard the day before. Rem was ill as well. So if we both look like we're struggling, we're probably struggling a little bit more than usual. And as you can see by my feet here, I'm putting the burners on because I want to get to the cave in time to see what I've been trying to see for the last 5 months. Look at these views. One thing I do love about a day like this, you're 1 hour away from Hua Hin. There you've got a town that you've got everything you could possibly need, yet here, apart from a few long-tail boats and a car park with some cars for the park, you're just remote. You're just out in nature, you know, rocky landscape, no sounds of vehicles other than the boats, no traffic, no shopping centres, no shops, no nothing like that really. You just get a real sense of feeling like you're in the countryside, like you're having a nice rural day out, which I think in Thailand, with the mountains like this, with the weather like this, it's hard to beat. So you start off this walk with quite a steep uphill, but then it levels out a bit. You have the viewpoint, which is where we just were, and then it starts going downhill again. Wow, look at this view for a second. That is beautiful. So this is where you get off. If you catch the boat round here, This is where you get off. This has probably taken us, what, 10-15 minutes to get here? So maybe you're saving 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 if you're walking slowly. So these are going all day. They don't wait until the boat's full. You can see there's 2 in that one, there's like 4 or 5 in that one, there's 4 or 5 in the one at the back, and then this one's just returning to pick more people up. Your health is still strong. If you made it here, they're assuming that you're still going to make it out alive. So I'm going to make a bold assumption and assume that that restaurant is mainly for tours rather than people just coming here and doing it themselves, and it will be part of your package. You'll come in here and eat there. Big assumption, could be totally wrong. Food, drinks, everything that you would need, and this is just off of the beach that you're going to get dropped off at on the boat. From the halfway mark, 625 meters to the cave. It does get a little bit steep after that restroom and restaurant stop near the beach where the boats drop you off. Now we're walking back downhill for what I believe is the final descent into the cave. We're here, we're going in. Wow, how quiet is that? No one's around, but I feel like I can't talk out loud because it is so quiet. Because of the caves, they block out the noise, and then there's no groups near us right now talking. It's just our footsteps and my yabbering voice. Wow, how peaceful is that? I feel like now will be a perfect time to explain and tell you that I've been trying to come to this cave for the best part of 6 months. The first few times I was meant to come here, the sun wasn't shining. Then the rainy season came, so the weather was generally too bad to come, or it wasn't optimal for coming. Then finally get round to booking it again for a clear run of weather. Booked it about 9 days ago. We wake up and it hasn't rained in ages. And it is like the biggest monsoon we've had in months. And it is like a tropical storm that lasted all day. We had to cancel the trip, and now we are here today, so fingers crossed we get that sun coming through, because I've waited too long to get a shoddy view. And for the main event, oh wow. Pavilion in the middle is, or was built in 1890, so it's 134 years old, and it was when the king at the time came to visit, and they built all of the parts, or built the components of the pavilion in Bangkok, and then brought it here and put it up for his visit. This place is massive. And it's so quiet. And really, it's called Phraya Nakhon Cave. It is actually 2 caves, really, because you've got this cave where we're standing with the pavilion, and then you've got the cave next to it with the dead bridge, or the natural bridge with the 2 holes up above. It's exceeded my expectations, to be completely honest, and the fact that the sun's beaming through means that I made the right decision waiting until the perfect day to come. If you haven't got the choice and you can't hang about to the weather, just come anyway. But if you have, coming on a sunny day, I mean, I've not been on a rainy day, but it can't get much better than this. You might just get a little sweaty on this walk too.
Show you that.
disgusting. So some useful information about the walk, hike and cave. We left at 9:45 in the morning from the car park, and we do walk quite fast, but we stopped once or twice, once for the toilet, another one for the viewpoint and take some pictures. It took us around about 45 minutes to 50 minutes to actually get to the cave itself. The light was beaming through the cave when we got there at 10:30, and by the time we left at about 10 past 11, the light looked a little bit less so. So it is November 14th as we speak, which I imagine the light direction onto the cave will change and the timings will change throughout the year. Right now it was about 10:30 to 10:50 where the light seemed to be the best coming through onto the pavilion. Guys, that is Phraya Nakhon Cave and Khao Samurai Yacht National Park. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you get chance to visit this cave on a day trip, whether that is with an organised tour or just booking a driver or riding yourself or driving yourself there, I would highly recommend it. It is suitable for all abilities as long as you're fit enough and healthy enough. Go for it. You'll have a great day out. If you go on a nice day with nice weather, you'll be spoiled for views. As always, I appreciate you tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.